Norway's M109 fleet, a cornerstone of its artillery capability for over 5 decades, exemplifies the nation's strategic adaptation to Cold War and post-Cold War security demands, culminating in its transition to modern systems and contributions to international crises like the war in Ukraine. Initially acquired between 1969 and 1971, Norway purchased 126 M109Gs from West Germany, an upgraded variant of the American-designed M109 self-propelled howitzer, featuring a German-modified 155mm 39 caliber barrel based on the FH-70 towed howitzer. This procurement bolstered Norway's artillery strength within NATO's northern flank, reflecting the Cold War imperative to counter Soviet threats. Over time, these systems evolved into the M109A3GN and, for a select few, the M109A3GNM before being phased out in favor of the South Korean K9 Thunder by 2020. Today, the fleet's legacy persists through its donation to Ukraine and its comparison to regional competitors, offering a lens into Norway's military evolution and its role in the Nordic security environment. The M109A3GN, an upgrade from the original M109G implemented in the late 1980s, incorporated significant enhancements, including the 39 caliber barrel capable of firing NATO standard 155mm ammunition, high explosive, illuminating, and smoke rounds, to a range of 24,700 meters, extendable to 30,000 meters with base bleed projectiles. It featured a redesigned turret bustle with a 22 projectile magazine, bringing total onboard capacity to 34 rounds, alongside improved propellant stowage, door locks, a blasting cover for the panoramic sight, and elevation balancing cylinders. By 2006, Norway's inventory stood at 56 M109A3GNs, indicating that approximately 70 units had been scrapped post-Cold War as military priorities shifted and budgets tightened. In 2007, 14 of these received further modernization, designated M109A3GNM, with new intercoms, navigation, and positioning systems, reflecting Norway's effort to extend the fleet's relevance amid advancing technology. Weighing 27.5 tons and powered by a 450-horsepower Joint Diesel V71T engine, the M109A3GNM offered a top speed of 56 km per hour and a range of 350 kilometers, operated by a crew of 4. These upgrades, while modest compared to newer systems, ensured compatibility with NATO operations and maintained operational readiness into the early 21st century. The operational history of Norway's M109 fleet centered on national defense and NATO exercises rather than extensive combat deployments, a reflection of Norway's geographic position and strategic posture. Stationed primarily with the Artillery Bataljonen in northern Norway, these howitzers supported deterrence along the country's rugged Arctic borders, a critical theater given its proximity to Russia. Their track design suited the terrain, though their Cold War-era focus on static defense became less relevant as NATO doctrines evolved toward rapid response and expeditionary capabilities. While specific combat records are scarce, the fleet participated in multinational exercises like Cold Response, honing interoperability with allies. By 2019, recognizing the M109's limitations, Norway selected the K9 Thunder, ordering 24 units with 6 K10 resupply vehicles, expanded to 28 K9s and 8 K10s by 2022, with deliveries completed by 2020. This shift relegated all M109s to storage, marking the end of their active service but not their utility, as global events soon demonstrated. The fleet's international significance surged in 2022 when on June 8th, the Norwegian Ministry of Defense announced the donation of 22 M109A3GNs to Ukraine, including gear, spare parts, and ammunition, accompanied by training for Ukrainian troops in Germany. Prompted by Ukraine's dire need for heavy artillery amid Russia's invasion, this contribution, valued for its immediate battlefield impact, highlighted Norway's commitment to NATO's collective defense principles, as Defense Minister Bjorn Arild Gram emphasized the need for heavier systems in the conflict's escalating phases. The donated units, drawn from storage rather than the upgraded M109A3GNMs, entered service with units like Ukraine's 72nd Mechanized Brigade, proving their worth in eastern Ukraine's grinding artillery duels. However, losses reported by September 2024, 2 destroyed and 3 damaged, per Oryx, underscore the M109's vulnerability to modern threats like drones and counter-battery fire, a testament to its age despite its robustness. This donation reduced Norway's stored M109 fleet from 56 in 2006 to an estimated 34 or fewer, though the exact number hinges on unconfirmed disposals between 2006 and 2022. The 14 M109A3GNMs, last active in 2020, may remain in reserve, potentially as a contingency or for future aid, though their maintenance costs and obsolescence argue against long-term retention. Norway's full transition to the K9 Thunder, delivered with advanced fire control and a .52 caliber barrel, reflects a strategic pivot towards systems that outmatch the M109 in range, rate of fire, and survivability, aligning with NATO's modern operational tempo. Comparing Norway's M109 fleet to regional competitors illuminates its historical role and eventual decline. Sweden's Bandkanon 1A, a 155mm howitzer phased out in the 1990s, gave way to the Archer artillery system by 2013. Mounted on a wheeled Volvo chassis with a .52 caliber barrel, the Archer delivers a 40,000-meter range with Excalibur rounds, rapid deployment, firing within 30 seconds, and automation reducing crew needs to 3. Advantages the M109A3GNM, with its slower setup and 24,700-meter baseline range, couldn't match. Finland, sharing Norway's northern concerns, acquired 54 K9 Thunders in 2017, leveraging their 40,000-meter range, 6 to 8 rounds per minute rate, and digital targeting to eclipse the M109's analog systems and heavier 27.5-ton frame. Denmark, starting with 126 M109Gs like Norway, upgraded them to M109A3DK standard, but downsized to roughly 12 active units by the 2000s, later adopting the French Caesar in 2019. The Caesar's 42,000-meter range and 18-ton wheel design prioritize mobility over the M109's track durability, reflecting Denmark's focus on deployability. Beyond Scandinavia, Poland's growing arsenal, including 32 K9s and plans for over 600 more, underscores the region's artillery modernization trend, dwarfing Norway's M109 legacy in scale and capability. The M109A3GNM, while reliable with its NATO-compatible ammunition and proven design, lagged in range, 30,000 meters maximum, automation, and logistics efficiency, justifying its replacement. Its donation to Ukraine extended its relevance, aiding a critical ally, yet peers like Sweden, Finland, and Denmark have secured a technological edge with systems tailored to contemporary threats. Archer's speed, K9's firepower, and Kaiser's agility. Norway's M109 fleet thus stands as a Cold War relic that bridged eras, evolving from the M109G to the A3GNM before yielding to the K9. Its donation reflects pragmatic altruism, while its regional comparison highlights a necessary evolution. With perhaps 14 M109A3GNMs in storage, Norway retains a historical footnote, potentially for further aid or disposal, as its K9s ensure a forward-looking defense posture in an uncertain world.